Yeah, I'm calling because I'm trying to figure out as to why I wasn't invited to your party, but everyone else was. I mean, did I do something wrong, or is there a reason why I cannot be there? Well, I mean, yeah, I want to know. I've known you just as long as they have, if not maybe even longer. So why is it that everyone else got an invitation but me? What, I don't understand that. Yes, I mean, I feel like I deserve an explanation, but do I not? Okay, so okay, so I get no explanation nor an invitation to the. I mean, like, why? This I just don't understand it. Okay, so you don't have time for this? Well, you know what? That's fine. Maybe I should find myself a new group of friends then, since you guys can't seem to give me an explanation as to why I can't hang out with y'all. Stupid. Like, what are friends even for? I mean, I try to hang out with these guys, and I can't seem to do that because they're always busy. They've got something going on. Some excuse comes up, but yet these are the same people that I'll see in stores or out in public, and hey man, it's good to see you. We should hang sometime. Blah 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 blah. Never hear from them for X amount of time, and then they just act like I don't exist. I they have parties. They all hang out. They do their own things, and it's like I was never a part of that, friends group. Like, what are they even like? What's the point in having a friend if you can't call them, they don't want to hang out with you, or you can't hang out with them whenever you want, or like I just don't understand. Like, what am I doing wrong that I have to have such terrible friends? Like, do I not deserve good friends? Because I feel like I'm a great friend, but I just feel like everyone's against me all the time. Like I just for what? Like why? Just like he didn't want to give me an explanation as to why I wasn't invited to the party, but everyone else was. They're having a good old jolly time. And where's my invitation? You know, there's no point in having friends. Friends just suck, right? Wrong. Very wrong. Cuz that is not all friends are for. And the reason why I feel that way, I mean, it took me some time. Don't get me wrong. I've had my moments to where, again, everything that I tell you and everything that I share on these videos is from experience. It's from feelings that I've felt myself, thoughts that I've had, XYZ. I don't want anyone to take this personally either, okay? Don't get upset. Send me a text like, hey, is this about me? No, it's not about anyone specifically, okay? I'm speaking in general because these are things that I've seen, experienced, heard, you know, all myself. So, uh, and not necessarily just from my perspective. I've seen other people express these things. I've heard other people express these things, and I don't know. It took me a while to really understand that we all have our own, bullshit going on, and that's just the reality of it. And unfortunately, friendships aren't meant to last forever. They're not meant to, you know, comfort you all the time or give you guidance or some kind of support through everything you're going through. And that's that's just being realistic. You can't have these people be your friends forever. I mean, and if they do, I mean, I'm not saying that it's, you know, impossible, but realistically, you have to keep in mind that things change and people can go in completely separate directions at any given moment. Everybody has that time period where they grow apart from someone at some point. It just happens. It's meant to happen. It's a lesson, really. I feel like really friends are meant to be lessons in life. Someone will teach you something. And honestly, I know a lot of people are like, they probably think that yes, your friend should be there no matter what, and at any given moment, and so on and so forth. Like, if you're gonna be my friend and you're gonna sugarcoat everything, you're going to be super overly nice, then you might as well just go ahead and hit the damn door, because that's not the kind of friend I want. I want somebody who's going to be completely 1000% transparent with me. Call me out on my bullshit. Tell me when I'm wrong. Tell me what I need to do better. Tell me when I need to be better. Like, that to me is a friend. Someone that genuinely cares about what it is that you're doing and you should be doing better in life. That is a friend. They are taking an interest in your well-being, in your self-betterment. And, they obviously, for some, they care more about you than anyone else. So if you need somebody to constantly stroke your ego and comfort you and make you feel, you know, like you're important, get yourself a boyfriend or a girlfriend. You know, that's what they're for. To make you feel good about yourself and be there for you, through thick and thin. I mean, family is there for you, but I don't feel like it is a friend's place to be there at any given moment. I'm sorry. That's just me, personally speaking. I just don't. Uh, and like I said, it's not directed towards anybody specifically, because I mean, I have love for all my friends. Even if we don't speak at this very moment, um, I still have nothing but love for all of my friends, and I hope that they know that. I mean, I don't hold anything against anybody. I have grown apart from many, many friends. Unfortunately, life has taken us down different paths, and who knows? Whatever reason we've grown apart, that's just life. Things happen, and you can't take that personally. I did for a little while. For a while, I wondered why I was excluded from the circle and why I couldn't hang out with these, specific group of friends or this other specific group of friends. Like, why was I starting to kind of be pushed out? But at the same time, I started realizing that it wasn't necessarily that I was being pushed out. I slowly started to do things that was making me distance myself. And I was unaware of that. I was unaware of my actions at the time, um, and instead I was playing the victim. It's easy to play the victim, right? It's easy to play the blame game, point the finger. It's always easy. That's easier than taking accountability for your own actions, and for being able to look at yourself and be like, hey, we screwed up today, or we screwed up. We probably shouldn't have done that. We probably shouldn't have said that, so on and so forth. And I don't know. I feel like I've come across a lot of people that have had the same experience, with their friends group. Um, they start to feel like they're being excluded. They start to feel like they're being pushed away. And a lot of times, you start to look at that person's habits. Once you start to get to know them and engage with them, you start to look at their habits. You start to look at the way that they're, reacting with you, reacting with others, and engaging. You kind of you see that engagement, and it starts to kind of come clearer to you. You start to see why maybe it's not necessarily them, excluding you from the circle. Maybe it's just things that you're doing that's making them feel like, hey, maybe we should give this person some space. Maybe they've got something going on and they need time away from our circle. Or maybe you are just acting a damn fool. And I mean, let's be honest, nobody wants to be around a negative Nancy. Nobody wants to be around someone that's constantly having problems, constantly like in some kind of conflict, with others or with themselves. Nobody wants to be around that. And I mean, I'm sorry if you feel differently, but again, my opinion. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. For a while, I was that person that was feeling, victim to everything that I had going on in my life. And so when I felt like my friends were starting to talk to me less and less, and I was being excluded out of their circle, I started to get upset. That started to bother me to the point where I'm just like, well, what am I doing wrong? Do they think they're better than me? Why can't I hang out with them? Like, just questioning things that really I had no reason to be questioning. Because what I should have been questioning is, you know, what am I, how am I being the reason that, what someone would want to, I guess, distance themselves from me? What am I doing wrong? What is it that I need to do better? Instead of asking questions about them and what it is that they're doing wrong, or why aren't they being there for me more often? That's life. you know it's life. Sometimes you're gonna have to drag yourself through that mud by yourself, and then that's the reality of it. Friends aren't always gonna be around. They might have something important to do. They might have families. They might have jobs. They have lives. So they can't put everything on pause just for one person, because that one person is going through a breakup, or you're going through a tough time. It's great. Don't get me wrong, it's great, to have a friend that's willing to do that. I mean, hey, it's probably, you know I wouldn't say rare, but it's not often that you find friends that good, that are willing to stick it out with you, even through your lowest points. Sometimes some of those people just tend to kind of have to cut you off, because they're like, I don't know what else to do. You know, what can I do to help this person if they're not helping themselves? You know, and so, yeah, I mean, to me, I started to learn and understand that friends are lessons to be learned. They all teach you something, whether it be about yourself, about life, about relationships. They all teach you something, and it's what you choose to take from it, really. I mean, yeah, they're great to hang around with, go party with, whatever. But I mean, it's also good to have these people so that you can have human contact, And I feel like, honestly, we lack that so much these days. Like, nobody really talks to each other the way that they should, communication wise. Uh, I don't know. That's just me. Again, just me. I feel like, we don't really open up much. We kind of hide things here and there. We say what we want. We express what we want when we want, but we're not really transparent with one another. Um, and like I said, I'd much rather you be completely honest with me. If you feel like I'm a crappy friend, tell me. If you feel like if I'm drinking too damn much, tell me. If you feel like, I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing, tell me. Like I said, call me out on my bullshit. That's what I want. That's what a lot of us need, really. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure a good handful of you need exactly that, is for, a good solid friend group to call you out on your bullshit. And I've had some, solid friends myself, but, I've made decisions that, unfortunately, some of those people had to cut ties with me, or I had to cut ties with those people, whatever. And it sucks, because, I mean, I look back and I'm like, hey, these were great friends. I shouldn't have, cut ties with them, or I wish we wouldn't have cut ties. Things happen, man. It's life. You either forgive and forget, forgive and learn to move on. It all falls into basically the same thing as one of my other videos, about, what was it? Do you feel like you're worth being forgiven? And honestly, I mean, it's the same thing, Are you willing to forgive, and do you feel like you should be forgiven? Um, I don't know. It's just, I appreciate the friends that I've had. Um, I appreciate, getting to know them, getting to experience what it was to be integrated in their life the way that I was, and to have them integrated in mine. There's a lot of people out there that are never going to get to have that experience, with them, with me, that there's others out there that'll never have that experience of what it is to have a friendship with them, or them with me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, it's something that I'm very grateful for. I love them all. You know, each and every one of the friends that I've had, um, I most definitely love them. I support them. It makes me happy when, certain friends reach out to me and, we kind of catch up a little bit and they tell me about the good things that are happening in their life. It's that makes me happy, man. I love to hear that my people are doing good. I love to hear that they're being blessed, and just living life. It's any day above the ground is a great day, and I mean it's cool, man, to have those supportive friends, to have friends that love you and are there for you, through thick and thin. And again, I still feel like they should not have to be there through every single trial and tribulation in your life. It's just there has to be a point where you go through these things alone. It, that's just the fact of the matter. You have to be able to go through things alone. Um, if not, then how will you grow? How will you become a better friend for others? You know, what will you teach your friends if they're constantly the ones having to help you go through your bullshit? Like, I don't know. That's the way that I think of it. And again, I I greatly appreciate every friendship that I've got to experience. Even if we ended on a bad note, or even if we just kind of slowly departed, I appreciate them all. I appreciate you all. Because I know I have some of those same friends watching these videos, and I greatly appreciate the support that they continue to give me. Even if we don't talk, like I said, even though we're not talking, we may not be talking at this very moment. I know that I still have their support, and that means more to me than anything, because I see that they still see me. They still have some kind of belief that I can do something like this. That I can. I don't know. Because I mean, back then, uh, I used to make music. That'll be for another video, but yeah, and I would have some of these friends come out to my shows and stuff like that, and it was great, man. It was great. Um, just having them there and feeling that energy was amazing. And I wouldn't trade that experience. Having that experience, I wouldn't trade it for the world. Um, Again, it's unfortunate that life has taken us down different paths, and you know things have changed. But regardless, I love all of you, and I thank you all, because I probably wouldn't even be doing this, if I didn't have some of the encouragement um, from you guys. So thank you all. But yeah, man, just stop being so needy for some kind of, I don't know, comfort, I guess. Um, like I said, having friends are great. Don't get me wrong. I love being around them. I love going out with my friends, and getting to share memories, create memories with them, and just experiencing what it is to be alive. It's great. But I also understand that these people cannot be there for me um, each and every time that I'm going through some kind of hardship, or that I'm upset. Um, yeah, these people can't be there all the time, and that doesn't make them a bad friend. It doesn't mean that they don't care about me, or about you. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that they're caught up in their own lives. Everyone is caught up in their own lives. Everyone is living their own story, and they can't just close theirs just so they can hop into your book and write a few of your pages for you. That's not how it works, man. Like, you got to continue holding that pen, even if the pages are tearing. So, I mean, ultimately, it is how we perceive those friendships, and what friendship means to us. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to be a friend? What are there qualifications to being a friend? You know, do you have standards for friends? Hmm? Anyways, this video is probably going to be a lot shorter than the other one. This was just kind of something that uh, I was talking to my sister, and you know, at one point, and it was something that I had expressed a while back, and I just felt like I wanted to kind of talk about that topic, just how people tend to think that, friends are terrible just because they can't be there for you all the time. Um, I honestly do not believe that, and sorry if that bothers some of you, but yeah, no. I know we have best friends. We have, people that are like our brothers or sisters. Yeah, if they're there for you, great, man. Appreciate that. Do not ever take it for granted. Um, and just cherish that friendship, because not everybody has it, and not everybody can say that. Hey, this person is like my brother. This person is like my sister, and I'd do anything for them, or vice versa. And there's of course those people that'll say that, um, and not really mean it. They end up stabbing you in the back or something. But again, that's just the reality of life. You never know when something's gonna happen. You never know when something's gonna change, and sometimes those things can't be stopped. It just happens. But anywho, thank you all for listening to me ramble, and my little skit there in the beginning. I wasn't talking to anybody, obviously. I'm pretty sure you guys know that by now. And if you don't, then yeah, that's kind of terrible because I'm bad at acting. So yeah, you should be able to tell. Um, anyways, yeah, I think I've already told you guys that I will be live streaming these episodes. This is episode 4, 3. I believe this is episode 3, probably 4. I already forgot. But anyways, that's besides the point. Um, I am excited to be live streaming these sessions. I'm excited to be live streaming these episodes with you guys. That way I can get to talk to you guys in real time and engage with you guys and just kind of pick at your brains and just exchange experiences. But we shall see. Um, Again, I will be making that announcement very soon as to when I'll be going live for my very first stream. And yeah, I look forward to engaging with a lot of you guys, man, and just kind of seeing where this goes. I mean, right now, I'm just kind of like, I'm just creating stuff. I'm just making videos, and I don't know. I'm just making videos in hopes that you guys like them. And if you don't, well, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but you don't have to watch them if you don't like them, of course. And I don't know. Maybe I'm not entertaining enough. Maybe I am. I'm still kind of nervous, uh, but once I start to kind of get more comfortable with the camera, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys will see a completely different character. But I think that's it, man. I mean, yeah, don't take your friends for granted, and stop expecting them to be your parents, because they're not. Okay, your parents are there supposed to be there for you through anything and everything. That's what they're for. Family, you know, friends. Don't don't put them in those roles. That's not mom. That's not dad. Those are your friends. You know, they're gonna give you a certain amount of comfort, a certain amount of resolution to your problems. Ultimately, it is up to you. You know. So yeah, don't take those people for granted. Give them a call, shoot them a text, let them know you love them and what they mean to you. How much you care for them. I promise they probably wouldn't even see it coming. For some, I'm sure some of you tell them you love them on a regular basis. Send them a text, on a regular basis. So, but still, go ahead and do it. And again, I don't want any text messages asking if this video is about me. Is it about me? It's not about anybody, okay? And specifically speaking as a whole, the whole globe has had a similar experience. So, yeah, I think that's it, man. I think I'm gonna end it here. It's a beautiful day. I think I'm gonna go for a walk. I don't know why I said walk like that, but I think I'm gonna go for a walk and enjoy this beautiful weather before it gets dark, because now it gets dark at 5:30, unfortunately, and that is not cool. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been real. Okay, so you guys tune in for the next episode, which will be Monday. Yeah, man. And as always, much love and positive energy to you all. Bye bye.